Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to iron on one of these Michael totes. So I've been seeing all over Facebook as well that people are getting these totes from Michael's for $5 and they're ironing such cute things on them, so I thought we would try that on our channel and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Now I used a 40% off on this and it came to $3, so if you ever go in and there's like a 50%, 60%, always use those too. You can use them on this. So like I said, I got it for $3. They're really cute. They have these rope handles and they're a pretty big size. I was trying to see on here if it said the size, but here is the tag. And let's see, it doesn't say the size on here, but it's really big. It's a pretty big size tote. So what we're going to be doing is ironing on in this space. And I found this image that we're going to be using in Design Space. I'm going to share that down below where I've already sized it in case you guys want to use this. But there's tons. You could just look up summer totes, come up with some ideas, and use some stuff in Design Space. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the bottom of this and kind of hang it off of my Steady Betty. And then just have this piece up here. So now you guys can see that. So what I'm going to do is zoom you guys in just a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Scoot this up. All right, so what we're going to do is I've already taken the handles and I've pulled the rope pieces up like this on both sides. That way this area is pretty flat for us to work with. All right, so we're going to start with a regular iron-on first and then do the glitter. So for the regular on cotton canvas, it's $270 for 40 seconds. So that's where we're going to start. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to kind of lay all this down so I can figure out where I want it and get all my pieces. So that way I know where everything's going to go. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm just going to kind of get it all aligned here, figuring out where I want it to go. Let's see how all these pieces kind of play in here. So I'm trying to remember where all of these bubbles went. All right, I think it went something like that. So I'm just going to layer right on top because these will just peel right back off of each other. So I'm just going to layer everything on top. You guys have seen me do that before. So I'm just layering, and we're not going to iron on yet. I'm just adjusting to see how it's going to look once we have all of our pieces in place. So she's going to go something like that. And then her little flower is going to go up here, which that's not exactly where it needs to go, but I'm just figuring out pieces here. And then what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to get the regular iron on down first, and then we will get the glitter. So I'm just laying it where it all needs to go. All right, so somehow this is off a little bit because I can see a bubble. So let's see, maybe right about there. All right. So that looks pretty good to me. Now, if I want to adjust it, I would pick the whole thing up because you can see how it's all attached. And now I can move it around to figure out exactly where I want this placement. So say I'm happy with that. So what I would do next is I would start peeling off my layers, leaving the bubbles, because that's what we're going to do first. So I'm just going to start peeling off my layers, keeping everything attached to one another. If it's attached, so if it was like layered on top of each other, I just kind of leave those until we get to that step. So I'm going to pull these two off because I can't lay that regular vinyl down yet because of these bubbles, because of this big piece of plastic. So I'm just peeling these pieces off here, just like that, which I should have pulled off this whole piece of purple here. I wasn't even thinking, and just left that other pieces attached so when I laid them back down. All right, so just like that. All right, so this is exactly where my bubbles need to go. I'm going to do that first. And like I've done before, I'm only going to do, so I'm supposed to do 40 seconds, but because we're layering, I'm probably going to do about 10 to 12 minutes, 10 to 12 seconds. So I'm going to carefully get this down here just like this. And I'm going to hit go. And I'm just going to do, like I said, about 10 to 12 seconds. And then as soon as we get it down, I'll pull it back up. And then as we're laying on the very last one, we'll hold it to the right amount. And I pull my stuff hot. That's what my vinyl can do. So what I'm going to do is just very carefully, if they can, I'm going to push down on them just like that. So you can see that they're just kind of coming off of here. If they don't, I'll bump it again with my iron. So that one right there, I got to re-bump. And I think everything else looks good. So I'm just going to bring my iron back on this last little bubble here and get it to hold it down. All right, so just like that, that should be pretty good now. Yes. All right, so I let go of everything. Now, this is not permanent because, like I said, we only held it about the 10 to 20 seconds. So now what we're going to do is we're going to layer in our other pieces. So this piece can come in here, just like that. All right, so that piece can go down. And then I can go ahead and get this piece down at the exact same time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this piece in here. Just like that. And I think that's it for now. All right, so same thing, we're going to do about 10 to 20 seconds. So I'm going to push down. And I'll probably do 15 seconds on this one just so I can kind of make sure these big pieces stay. All right, just like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and peel these pieces off. And remember, if they're not wanting to come, just kind of push on them just to get them down. Like I said, this is a temporary thing until we're done with the last step. So now I'm going to go ahead and get this one peeled off. And you want to be nice and easy with it because, like I said, it's not permanent down yet. All right, so the next one that we can go ahead and get on is these pieces right here. So what I'm going to do, because I want to do them at the exact same time, well, I may try to do that one separate. Let's see. Let me go ahead, because I need to know exactly the placement for this. So I'm going to go ahead and put the tail on, because they're going to kind of butt up against each other. So I want to make sure I'm going to place it exactly where it needs to be. All right. So now what I'm going to do is kind of tuck this under here. Just like that. All right, so now that one's going to be ready to go. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to get it down, and I'm going to do about 10 seconds, well, 12 seconds on this one. So you just kind of get the figuring out on that, like it's either between 10 to 15 seconds. So you don't really want to go any longer than that. That way you're not overheating your whole entire project. All right. And then carefully peel that away. And don't worry if there's any little lines that kind of come in here because they're going to go away once you do the final iron. So I'm going to go ahead and pop on this little flower, just figuring out exactly where it belongs like this, just lining everything up. All right, just like that. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go over this entire thing, and I'm just going to do about 10 seconds. All right, so I'm going to peel that flower off, and I get a lot of people ask me all the time because I'm not protecting the rest of this. I've done this about 1,000,000 times and have never had issues of putting the iron because the bottom has like a Teflon type coating on it. So, I mean, it's, you know, got to protect it. It's not like, you know, like your cheap, you know, like, say you've got straighteners, you know, you've got the cheap versions and then you've got the ones that have like the ceramic coating and stuff like that. So that's how this works. All right, so now what we need to do is I'm going to layer on the glitter so I can do these, knock these out at the exact same time. So I'm going to go ahead and line these guys up where they need to be. Something like that. All right, so what I'm going to do at this point, I need to change my temperature. So according to Canvas, with the glitter, it's 270 for 40 seconds as well, so we don't even have to change our temperature. So I've got my glitter down. I'm going to knock both of these sections out at the same time. So now I'm going to go the entire 40 seconds because this is the last piece. So I'm going to hit go. And I'm going to put some pressure. So like I said, full 40 seconds. That way everything is going to be finished up. So there we go. So now all we got to do is just peel off our final pieces and everything is down good. So like I said on that very last one, no matter if you're messing with glitter or just regular, whatever you're doing, that very last one, you'll go the full timing. So I think that is super cute. And like I said, I found this, and it says always be yourself unless you can be a mermaid. Then always be a mermaid. Like I said, I found this in the design space, and then it was in like the projects. And so like I said, I will share that file down below. I've already got it sized for the bag, but you could do tons of stuff. There's so many ideas. I've seen people doing such cute stuff. And then you could come back down here and add somebody's name to personalize it, or you could personalize it on the back. That way, when you carry this all summer, you know nobody's not going to take off with your bag because it's got your name. But I think that came out really cute. I'm pretty excited with the project. Let me zoom back out so you guys can see the full bag like this. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.